Good morning. Today, I'm going to talk about the Power Minis, the teeny tiny little magnets from Nikken, and how powerful they are. Actually used in combination with our Nikken DUK Tape, the dynamic underlayer tape. Kenko DUK Tape is what it's actually called. And you know, life continues to happen for all of us. And once you're around Nikken and Nikken products, it's nice to have your first aid kit full, and that does include Nikken products. So I had a little incident that happened to me on Monday night. I actually have a scratch. Wow, you really can't see it that well. It's amazing. I have a scratch under my eye. It's only about a ½ inch long. I surprised my kitten, Lucky, when I picked him up, and he scratched me. And it was quite a deep scratch, actually. In fact, when I looked in my 10 times magnifying mirror, I almost fainted 3 times before I finally got a Band-Aid on it, because it just freaked me out so much. Of course, then I went into all the modeling gigs I have in the next 2 weeks, and I'm like, ah. So the next morning, I called the plastic surgeon and said, can I get in? You know, and he like, well, take photos, see if there's anything I really even can do for you. And he said, yeah, come in. And he put a steri strip on. He cleaned it all up. He informed me, don't ever use hydrogen peroxide or anything on your skin like this, except water, because it damages the skin. So lesson learned, no hydrogen peroxide, no rubbing alcohol, just water, and Mag water, obviously. So he cleaned it all up. He put the steri strip on, and he said that, that will come off like in 5 or 6 days. And we'll see what happens on Monday, because I have a HSN show on, actually it's on Thursday. So fingers crossed it'll be smooth and I can actually cover it up with makeup. But what I've been doing to actually speed up this process is I have actually I have 2 of the new Power Minis and 2 of the older Power Minis that I just happen to have in my bathroom. And I put those on a piece of the Nikken DUK Tape. And I put it right over that, because I don't have, the bruising is almost gone. So this happened like 11 o'clock on Monday night. And there's just a hint of yellow. And I know it's because of these magnets. And actually a couple of people said, what did you use? What did you use for that? And I'm like, well, Nikken magnets. And so it's almost up to my eye, actually. So like all night long, this tape's been used 2 nights now, so I have to do a new tape actually for it to really stick, because it's mostly all magnets, as you can see here. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and show you what it is up close, because this is much bigger than it looks. The Kenko, the Power Mini. So let me make this a bigger screen here, and then make it look even bigger. Come on, spread. Well, maybe you don't want to spread. Okay, there we go. This is much, much bigger than it looks. The Kenko Power Mini with Dynaflux magnetic technology. The Kenko Power Mini features exclusive advanced Dynaflux magnetic technology in an extremely compact design that attaches easily to a surface and can go just about everywhere. It's ideal for everyone with an active lifestyle. I thought there was a second page to this, but I guess there isn't. So, oh well. And then I'm going to go over to Nikken. Pretty sure. Let's go into ordering and just see what Nikken has to say further about the Kenko Power Mini. So go over here on magnetic support, and we will find the little Power Minis. Here they are, the Kenko Power Mini. They're only, okay, for, I think you get 12 of them. It's $27. These are reusable. Now they come with these amazing Band-Aids that are unlike any other Band-Aids that you will ever find. So initially you can use them with the little powerful mini Band-Aids that Nikken actually gives us. But see, you don't ever throw these away. These are reusable forever. The Band-Aid obviously only works once. So small size, giant strength. Let me make this bigger. Full screen, yes, please. Small size, giant strength, unbelievable as it may seem, Nikken succeeded in putting advanced patented Dynaflux magnetic technology into the miniature dynamo known as the Kenko Power Mini. Dynaflux works by placing individual magnets in polar opposition to intensify the magnetic field so that it extends farther from the surface. The result is greater field depth and 100% coverage. Without requiring any increase in magnetic Gauss strength, only Dynaflux can accomplish this feat of engineering and ingenuity. So Dynaflux places individual magnets in polar opposition, positive or negative poles facing each other. Magnetic field is intensified, producing a flux path that extends farther from the surface. Dynaflux is the only technology using permanent magnets that can accomplish this without requiring an increase in Gauss strength. The multiple angles afford 100% magnetic coverage. There's a non-irritating smooth finish and medical grade adhesive. Both magnet and adhesive are water resistant for continuous wear. Polymer shell is non-corroding. Additional adhesive discs are included. Convenient carry case holds a full supply of Power Mini magnets and discs. It would be good to put them back on the case. So 12 reusable Kenko Power Mini magnets, 24 replaceable adhesive discs. And each one is 750 Gauss. And they're 0.38. They're only 10 millimeters. So I always say it's about the size of your pinky fingernail. So, and then the alternate that I did want to mention is the power chip. So this is a silver dollar size magnet. So it's a larger coverage. It's not as flexible. So the reason I'm actually using, I'm thinking I didn't reshare the screen, did I? I'm not really sure. Okay. There's the page I'm looking for. Elaine, can you see this page?
Screen's not showing.
No,
Okay.
screen's not sharing.
Let's try that again. Okay, here we go. This is what I wanted to share again. And go down to this. There we go. Okay. Okay, that's really what I wanted to show, is to show these flux lines. So it's not a surface magnet. And as you can see, the current Power Minis, I have two pieces, and they fit together to actually create all of these flux lines. So it's not just in that area, it actually expands out further. And I think it's brilliant how they've created this. And so actually that's why, you know, and the advantage of the new ones, the old ones had these little bitty, you can see like the little nubs on there. Well, that's not so good under the eye. So actually using the new ones, the smooth ones, it actually creates that smooth surface. But I'm just so grateful to have these because, you know, these magnetics actually, if you had like, you know, like on your arm, you had a bruise and you put like the power chip or the little Power Minis over there, by the morning, you're going to see where the magnet is. It's going to be getting closer to being the normal skin color once again. So it's moving that bruising out of the way rapidly. So whenever you have challenges that pop up, because we all know they do pop up, it's nice to have these little products that can help speed up the process and get it over with faster. So anybody else have anything they want to share about the Power Minis? Go ahead, Elaine.
Yeah, the funny thing is I actually used them this last week for much the same purpose. In my case, I had a speaking assignment and I needed to look good and I needed to be able to actually use my mouth. And I'd done something and I got this swelling on this one side of my lip. So for about a day and a half, I just kept a little Power Mini with some duct tape over it and was able to get rid of the swelling.
Yeah.
I mean,
So a lot of
you know,
people don't
and
even
this
think
is,
about doing this,
you
but
know,
yeah.
this was something that I had done inside, you know, by my teeth. So, I mean, what are you going to do to help that? Other than there's nothing that you can put inside your mouth. And so this was something that I could put externally and have the influence be going inside.
That's true, because the flux lines are just on the surface. That's the beauty of Nikken magnets.
Yeah.
Thank you, Elaine. Thanks for sharing. Oh, good. Hattie Jane has raised your hand. Hattie Jane, go ahead. Anybody else have a story? Raise your hand. Yeah.
And forgive me, I won't put my picture on because it's low.
Not
Hello.
appropriate. Okay.
Um, when for years I've had this right knee that's been giving me hassles. Arthritis, lovely dear. And it's been on one side particularly and very painful to step on. So I've been using the various things. They've been doing great. They've been helping, but hasn't gone away. But so I just keep working and keep going and staying comfortable as I use the different ones. But I found recently that I take the minis and I do what I call finger walking. And that is that in the area where I feel the most intense discomfort, I press down on my skin one finger at a time in the area. And the area I find that it's the most exquisite response of discomfort, that's where I put a mini. And I wound up putting 2 minis to the left side of my knee, and strangely enough, one up in the mid thigh, on the inner mid thigh. The strangest thing. I had far, far less swelling, and I was comfortable to walk. And it's like, this is weird. What's it doing up there? And looked on Pinterest, and apparently there's part of our internal rigging that helps our legs stay straight and our bodies to keep our knees going next to each other. And there's a little bit of rigging up there that corresponds to that area to the knee. And the combination is so comfortable and keeps so much swelling down. So I'm just putzing along with these little dats. I take a, it's kind of like the skin tape that they recommend use on your skin. And I just make a little X so that as my skin may pucker a little bit, and because boy, does my skin hang loose these days, that I don't want it to drop out. So I make a little X over it. And it just
yeah.
there. And that's my
Well, the Nikken duct tape would help with that too.
The duct tape alone gives a tremendous amount of relief. And the combination with the mini keeps the swelling from showing up. I'd get relief with the duct tape a great deal, but I still had a bit of swelling. But adding the mini takes the swelling right on down. It's so fascinating our bodies are.
It is. And grateful to have these products hanging around that we can use at a moment's notice. Anybody else have anything you want to share? Raise your hand. Oh, Marcia does. Go ahead, Marcia.
Quite a while ago, I had been at a gym. I went to speak to the owner to talk about the products, and there was someone there at the gym working out, and he overheard what I was talking about. He started making fun of me, like, oh yeah, magnets, sure, and I said, well, you want to try something? So he had a problem with the rotator cuff. He couldn't raise his arm very high. So I said, just, take one of these little tiny ones and let's just hold it, on your shoulder, have the little Band-Aid on, stick it over there and let's just see what happens. And he tusked, and he raised his arm and he his mouth just dropped, and it was quite an interesting experience for him, shall we say. So the power of the little baby mini is quite extraordinary. Shut him right up.
That's awesome. Yay. Power of the mini.
Yep.
And I have a power chip here right now. I stopped coughing.
That's right. You were coughing. I'm like, do you need some magnets? Okay, thank you. Okay, anybody else? Any other hands I'm missing? Nope. Okay. Nikken Power Minis and duct tape. Don't leave home without them.